Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave, I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body day, okay? Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave, I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body moves.
What's up, everybody?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's usually when you know somebody's in trouble, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
it don't stop.
And it will never stop.
Take that. What's good with you, bro?
Man, nothing much, working, staying busy, blessed,
Making that money.
of course.
I hear you, bro.
That's all we can do until we die.
Whoa.
What?
Some people are looking for a lot more shit to do than just, make money before they die.
You right.
Exactly.
You right.
Let's get right into it.
All right.
We missed last week, so we can really talk about the infamous Lizzo situation. And you and I had a conversation about that. We kind of differ on how we kind of see the situation. So I'm going to let you go ahead and spill your beans, and I'll go ahead and, put the rice on the stew. Put the stew on the rice.
No, you go ahead first. You go ahead first.
All right. So when people were talking about the whole Lizzo situation, I guess a lot of people felt like she was being a bully. I guess a lot of people felt like, how can a big girl shame big people? You know what I'm saying? And I do agree that kind of situation is almost considered verbally abusive. At the same time, it's almost hypocritical of you calling me out when you're not too far away from what I look like, right?
True.
She's built a brand off of what she is.
Yeah, she has.
She hasn't built a brand off her music. She hasn't built a brand off of her fashion. She's built a brand off of being big. She can sing. I'm not saying that, but when I mention Lizzo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Don't lie. Go ahead and say it.
She a big girl.
So you see, her going and shaming other big girls to you was considered,
I guess you could say discriminatory.
Yeah, okay.
Discriminatory.
And she's a hypocrite, right? Like, how dare she go out there and she's walking with an extra few pounds in her and she's shaming other people. Oh, okay, not extra few. A shitload? Because you looked at me when I said an extra few, like you need to be more realistic.
Let's be real. Lizzo's a big girl. Lizzo's a big girl.
She's obese. She's mortally. She's just a big girl.
We don't know. Well,
just looking at her, you don't have to. You don't. Come on.
She.
Don't fight it. Just go ahead and say you're not hating.
She got.
You're being factually right when you label her for what she is. We're not trying to diss anybody.
Right. If you're going by what the definition says, then yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah.
All right. I feel like if these people had a problem with what Lizzo was saying to her or them, they should have either approached her directly. I'm going to agree with the conversation we kind of had earlier that the Me Too movement has really, really put a damper on a lot of people. A lot of people that have fame, they can't really speak their mind because of the backlash that. All it takes is like 3 or 4 people to gang up on you and it's over.
Oh yeah,
because then
you shit out of luck.
They go straight to social media, right?
Right.
But what if Lizzo had in her clause that you couldn't be over a certain amount of, you could be this weight and still be on the team? Because from what we heard earlier, we heard that the girl was one size at one season, and then the next season she gained some weight.
Yeah.
I would like to exclude the fact that if you gain weight because you've had children or you've had a child, then that should exclude you altogether. I think if anybody fires you for that reason, then they're just being extremely. But if it's in a contract and she says that you can't be a certain weight, and if you are, then you're no longer part of the team, then I don't think what she did was necessarily wrong. Maybe her approach was wrong, but I don't think that her, coming up to them and telling them that they've gained weight and they need to.
Well, I would say I would agree, but I think at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything that she could do to not look like she discriminates against big people. I mean, if she puts it in the contract, people are still going to say, well, why did they got to be a certain weight? Why can't they just be who they are? Some people can't be that size, and they may be just as talented as the person that is smaller.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like we're living in a society that no matter what you do,
you're going to be the villain. You're going to be a villain.
So regardless, okay, so we were talking earlier about this other celebrity. I think her name is BB or Baby. I can't really get her name. But she had released a text message that she shared with her boyfriend, right? And basically she was saying that she asked her boyfriend she had gained some weight, and her boyfriend had responded and said, and it wasn't even in a disrespectful, mean, any type of way. He said, yeah, you've gained weight. I can't really tell you verbatim what he said, but bottom line is he did say you've gained weight. Now she tries to turn around and tries to say that her boyfriend was body shaming her.
But you asked her.
Now she wanted to create a Me Too movement behind her. The fans kind of turned around and said, nah, we're with this guy. This guy, you asked him a question. He directly addressed the question to you privately, right? And then you took it upon yourself to take it to social media. And it's no different than these people that are going after Lizzo right now. They're going after Lizzo publicly.
Yeah.
Lizzo didn't call them out publicly.
Well, but we have to admit that's not the only accusation she has on her head right now.
What else does she have?
Sexual allegations on her head.
Towards women or men or both?
Towards her dancers.
So are her dancers all women?
I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, they're all women? Oh, okay, you see, so. Oh, hello, Eve. How you doing?
Explosive.
Right.
So
so it's not just the fact that
it can be the fact that they're just emotions with female, and they're not happy with the way she's being treated. So she's like, I'm gonna take you down. I
mean, you don't really hear about women calling other women out for sexual harassment or for SA. You don't really hear that.
That's true.
So
I just feel like it just came out of nowhere.
Because you most likely Lizzo was fucking with their bag. And when Lizzo was saying, okay, I don't want y'all, if maybe because of the weight thing, she was like, okay, because y'all have gained too much weight, I need to let y'all go.
And it couldn't be that these women that were probably involved with Lizzo, maybe sexually or romantically, had some emotional bond to her, and maybe when she broke it off, they decided to take her down.
Yeah, that might be it. Like they felt that
a butterfly doesn't come a butterfly overnight, right? It's like a caterpillar and then a cocoon, and then it turns into, like, you can't just come out and just say, like, we could talk about like R. Kelly right here and not get in trouble because it's been legal. This is illegal stuff. Yeah. R. Kelly had breadcrumbs until he went to prison. Everybody's been hearing about R. Kelly.
But we knew about R. Kelly from the beginning.
How come we haven't heard about Lizzo? Lizzo hasn't been in the game for 2 years. She's been in the game for a long time.
But she hasn't been in the game like R. Kelly has been in the game. R. Kelly was in the game for a long time. And then we started hearing these rumors. And then they started coming out. And as his career started to keep going, we kept hearing more and more rumors. And so what might be happening is this is her first case, and hopefully she doesn't do anything else to bring her bad publicity. But
I think it's too late. If Super Bowl pulls you and Beyonce is no longer, I think, is there a song that Beyonce sings that has Lizzo's name on it?
Oh, she took it off?
And I'm reading that she doesn't even mention Lizzo's name anymore. Oh, so she said Lizzo's name at the concert. So it might be a media thing to try to make people turn against. The media is also a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
Because, if, say, he's a famous soccer player, right? And then he gets caught cheating on his girlfriend. And it wasn't even that he got cheated on his girlfriend. That was actually your sister that you were having dinner with. But the media kind of spun it and tried to say you were cheating. And now it's all over the internet, right?
Yeah.
And that was up to you and your team to do the damage control. So, sometimes you can't really believe everything you hear. I believe that the media and certain people, they do try, because, we can kind of give Kyrie Irving as a perfect example. Kyrie Irving, to me, is a man that has a mind that paces back and forth like, it's almost like a hamster that goes round and round and round. At one moment he wants to be an activist, one moment he wants to be a basketball player, and one moment he wants everybody to leave him alone. Once you've reached a pinnacle of fame, you no longer, you can say you own who you are, but you really don't. You can never really just walk down the grocery store and just go buy something. Nobody kind of, unless you're a D-lister NBA player or a D-listing. Like, Messi can never go maybe in America he can.
No, he can't. No, well, he did. He did go to Publix.
Exactly.
That
dude didn't really know who he was.
But they harassed that man.
Of course they did.
As soon as he came out the store,
they knew who he was.
They knew.
It was Pedro that said, Messi?
Right.
Messi? Because, the typical Americans,
they don't know.
You can actually hear how ignorant some people are when it comes to like the whole soccer thing, where they say, what Messi's doing is illegal. They loaned him from somewhere. They don't even understand how the loan thing works. From like,
what do you mean they loaned him? They didn't loan him. They bought him.
That's what they were saying. And then they say, at one point, Neymar, Messi, and
Mbappe.
Mbappe. They were all on the same team, and that's cheating. And then I'm sitting there like, so what would LeBron, Wade, and Bosh be on the same team?
Then you also bring in Ray Allen,
exactly,
Shane Battier.
You just throwing everybody.
Right.
You take a bucket of like old basketball players that are maybe 10 years away from going to the senior citizen home and just throw them in Miami. Let's do the math now. We had Shane Battier, Rashard Lewis.
Yeah.
You had Wade was old too. I mean,
he could still give you 20.
And shout out to Wade for making it to the
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So let's get back to the whole situation with Lizzo. Yeah, he got inducted yesterday.
Right? Yeah. Yesterday, yeah.
Wade,
he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Whoa. In that run that he had, the class that he came from, 2003, he was the first person to win a championship. Right behind Kobe Bryant, he was the second best shooting guard in the NBA during his time. He had more blocks than any other shooting guard
in the history.
If you go back to his run when he won his first championship, people say that he had Shaq, but God damn it, Wade had Flash. It was just Wade.
Yeah, Wade
was just doing him.
He balled.
I mean, averaging 33.2 points a game. I might be wrong with those numbers, but it was over 30.
No, he balled because they say that he had.
I think he did.
They said he had the best finals performance ever.
Yeah, and I believe that. Yeah. He retired about 2 years ago. But Lizzo, whatever she's going through right now, if it's true, then she deserves it.
It's just too much Me Too.
So you think that the Me Too movement has destroyed just her or a lot of people?
No, it's destroyed a lot of people. Because some people are taking a piss.
Jonathan Majors.
Right? Not even that. Johnny Depp. That's.
But he saved himself by winning that lawsuit against.
But the thing is,
the lady that was in Aquaman. But let me say one thing right quick. This might come out the wrong way, but I do believe that everybody, before I try to like gender people, like break it down to genders, I believe everybody, once they want something, they will almost do anything within their morals to get there. I hope that makes sense because I'm going to kind of break it down.
They'll do anything to accomplish whatever goal they have in sight.
You might be at your workplace and you see like this one guy that's just kissing the CEO's ass every opportunity he gets because he wants to be.
You were about to say something else. Oh my God.
Yeah, I did too.
What was y'all thinking?
Because when you said there's one guy at work that kisses the CEO, I was like,
oh no, we're not going there. This is not that kind of podcast. So
I was like, oh God.
If I was able to confuse both of y'all, then I need to go ahead and change my lyrics. So he's kissing the boss's ass, and he's trying to it's chess. He's trying to make his way up to being the Don, the guy up there.
Yeah.
And then you have other people, and I'm gonna just break it down to the genders now and say females that say I want to be where he's at, and if that means that I have to sleep with him to get there, I'm gonna do it. Now you made that choice, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have the nerve a couple of years later when the Me Too movement is busting, and then you want to go ahead and bury that person that you use as a stepping stone, because women know that the man's ultimate weakness is sex, right? A woman cannot woo a man with money. What you do when a woman,
you can
no, you can't.
But the funny thing
What
is
you
that a lot of people
what you do to the man, yeah, a lot of women think that, and
Yeah,
that's a big
yeah.
mistake that women make. That you think that you can just bring your funds to a man. A man is just going to find a way to exploit it and make it his,
right.
so that he can control the finances. And if women are listening out there
But
and you feel like you can,
niggas will find a way to exploit it.
yeah, some
take advantage of it.
man will probably find a way to try to invest it, but every man wants an ownership on what's coming in, that cash flow. They want to touch it. Women want to spend it. Not all women, but women want to spend it. So women say, I want to be a CEO. I'm going to go ahead and sleep with the CEO right now. I can see he's about to retire in 10 years. I'm a VP right now. In 2 years, I can go ahead and be a senior vice president and kind of work my way up there while sleeping with the CEO for like 2 to 3 years. Women are calculating in what they want. And then as soon as that CEO is probably retired and he's sitting in his home in his ranch in fucking middle of Georgia, he gets a fucking text message from his lawyer. They're coming for you. Lauren said that you raped her 20 years ago. You essayed her.
Thank you.
My bad. Please catch me every time I say that.
Yes.
You essayed her a couple of years ago. And then you're sitting down thinking, hey, nobody was in that room with me when this went down. Back then, we didn't have text messages to back this up. I'm so old, I don't even know how to text. He has nothing to clear his name. That what we did was consensual. And now he's on the front of every news station. I'm sorry if this annoys and this is kind of iffy to people, but Bill Cosby is innocent. I believe Bill Cosby participated in what everybody was participating in. I'm not going to buy the whole narrative that as soon as he said he wanted to buy NBC or CBS that they came for him. I believe that if he wanted to buy anything, and from the history of since we've had the Black Panthers, we know that they come for us. I believe Bill Cosby and his team would have been smart enough to handle this thing on the low and not tell anybody until they purchased it.
I would say
Hugh Hefner.
I don't know. Hugh Hefner,
Uh-huh.
Bill Cosby.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say they innocent. I'm not going to say they guilty because I don't honestly.
It's a documentary
I don't know.
on Showtime
Mhm.
about,
Quaalude. Go ahead.
about Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
It's very.
So you're saying that he is guilty of essaying these women, or is he guilty of following? Is he guilty of following the
they're
same
saying that
pattern
they-
as other people?
No, they're saying that Bill Cosby
Essayed.
drugged them.
Yes.
And he joked about it on nighttime shows on what. It just that documentary.
So that's why-
So what he did and what Hugh Hefner did? Because
Hugh Hefner, I don't know what Hugh Hefner did, but
there's a whole documentary
because-
about him doing the same thing.
he used to drug.
Oh, so now we have to
He used to drug
distinguishing that he was Playboy and another person was an.
Wait, was he drunk? Was he drunk?
Quaalude was something they were all using. Yes, you know the guy that was.
No,
doing,
I'm saying.
yes, I'm
okay,
telling you. Yes,
That's all. Okay.
Yes. So you know also the guy that did Soul Train.
Yeah.
What's his name?
yeah.
He was also caught up in that ring. Also, he committed suicide because of everything that went down. Exactly. So you have that's a perfect example of what I'm trying to tell you. Back then, right? Let's just say back then, and they tell you right now that back then in the 90s, everybody did cocaine, right? Don't they say that?
Richard, Pam Grier talks about Richard Pryor used to put it on his penis, so it could stay hard. So he could.
There you go.
For her longer.
See, there you go.
Putting it on his
So let's just say, hold on.
Are they,
It's a-
but the thing is, the question is, were they consensual to these actions?
we don't know because they never came forward
that-
to say anything.
But that's the thing.
But Bill Cosby-
if they didn't consent to it, yes, they were wrong. But if they all just say, "Hey, let's do a lot," and everybody's just doing it, and you are partaking in it, I mean, it's
Let me rearrange my words.
It's like you going to the club,
let me.
getting drunk,
Uh-huh.
and you've been drinking all night, and the next thing you know, you and this guy start making out, and then you guys have sex, and then you wake up and you like, just because you regret having sex, you both agreed to have sex because one, you guys went up to this room,
Yeah.
you guys started kissing on each other and start feeling on each other.
And we're not going to put the alcohol as having any.
No,
And-
I'm saying you guys were drinking too,
Okay.
because that might hinder your judgment a little bit. But unless these people were forcefully taken advantage of, I don't know. I can't really say that. I can't really say you're guilty because if you got because unless you said no,
Uh-huh.
I mean, what can you really
Okay,
go, what can you
okay,
really go
okay.
by?
So you're saying in this documentary that you watched, because I want to clear something up that I might be ignorant to. Was he slipping the pills in their drinks, or was he giving it to him and said this is going to calm you down? So he was offering it to them, and they were taking it willingly. So it's different. He wasn't slipping the pill in their drink. He wasn't essaying them.
Yeah.
He was just giving them something to calm them down. And they calmed down, and then he took advantage of them. So so that part is what you're saying. Okay. So yes. Okay. Then I'm definitely wrong in what I said. If they agreed to take it, right. And
whatever happens.
Okay. And they knew that whatever happens. If that's actually the story that actually happened, then no, he didn't do nothing wrong. Because a lot of these women are coming forward and they're saying he did this. And I don't believe that that's what happened. I believe that some of these girls were also party girls back then. And they partook in what he was doing. And then years later, they're trying to find a way to financially gain on this opportunity that they have.
Which is yeah.
I believe that if anybody came up to one of the potential victims and said, you can make $500,000
just to testify, I guess.
Not even just to testify, just for your name ringing up, because they want most of these cases to go away. A lot of these celebrities, even if the case is not true, if it's remotely true, and they know that they can cause a big headline, they just want to pay you off, right? So that you don't take this to the media. Now we can say the same thing about Michael Jackson's legacy, right? We have a man that is arguably the best musician in the whole world of all time. You can go to Africa, Asia, South America. What other continent am I missing? Australia.
Anywhere, basically.
Anywhere in this world, and you can say, who's Michael Jackson?
Yeah, everybody knows.
Somebody knows who he is. Somebody tried to bring up somebody tried to say Elvis Presley. And I looked at them and I said,
it's not close.
In my country, we don't even know who Elvis Presley is. Who's Elvis? We're like, who's Elvis? And some sophisticated people know who Elvis is. If I take you to a village, if we go to the village, right? They don't know who that is.
No.
So Michael Jackson has been hit with allegations from almost the beginning of time, but he's never been found guilty.
Nah.
What does that say about?
Yeah, there's no such.
Even after he died, they were still trying to take.
But it doesn't even matter if you're found innocent.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, you ever tell you why? Because it's
the allegations. The allegations, yes. But that's way better than them say like R. Kelly. R. Kelly went from the longest from allegations. He went to court. He beat it, right? So even though the stain was there, everybody was still stepping in the name of love. Everybody was still playing Ignition. Everybody was still playing Bump and Grind.
Well, because you can't
in private, right? Why are you doing it in private?
Well, to be honest with you, the reason why is because even though he's done some
undescribable things,
he does some messed up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny the man makes hits. You cannot deny.
We're saying right now that a monster can still be acceptable.
No, we're saying
that's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying. Hold on. Let me explain.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
you don't consider him a monster?
People separate his works from the man.
Okay.
So in other words, perfect example I'll give you is Jordan, Michael Jordan. To me, the greatest basketball player ever.
He has not done anything close to R. Kelly, though.
I know. I'm not saying. I'm just talking about his personality.
Okay.
In practice, he was an asshole.
Let's talk about
off the court. He was an asshole.
Let's talk about.
But nobody really talk about a lot. They'll talk about it to diminish his greatness sometimes. But when you think about it, nobody really holds that against him. We still talk about all the things that he's done, like winning 6-0, dropping 50 on every single team in the NBA, having a scoring title, best defensive player at the shooting guard position.
Yeah,
like all that type of stuff.
Because those are things that we can't deny.
Yeah,
and everything he did off the court. Hold on, let me finish because I know you're about to. Okay. I know you're about to go. You're about to boomerang, but we can't deny what R. Kelly.
Thank you. Tolu said it though. Tolu said Robert is different from R. Kelly. Robert and R. Kelly are two different people.
But R. Kelly met these women as R. Kelly. And then he treated them as. That's where I was going. You see, you're also trying to put in the fact that Michael Jordan, what he did off the court was never illegal. That's the part. That's the stain right there. Is that once it goes to court,
He was
rumors
gambling.
that's not illegal.
In some states, it is.
Where he's at, it's not. He goes to Vegas and gamble.
How you know he didn't gamble on some game?
If he did, he didn't get caught. 'Cause
Exactly.
He didn't go to court.
Exactly.
But R. Kelly did. When R. Kelly was in his prime, R. Kelly was able to hush a lot of these people because he could use his money to hush them. As he became to lose a lot of his money because he wasn't in demand anymore, he couldn't pay these parents off. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You could also see how diluted his mind was into thinking what he was doing was actually acceptable and there was nothing wrong with it. Maybe there's nothing wrong with it in the sense, in the fact that probably he got away. See, right now, if you did something right now that was immoral or illegal and you kept on doing it, at a certain point, you're going to be like, well, I did it all the time. I didn't know it was,
Okay, but if I did all it, let's just put it like this. Let's say I played sports and I was on Messi's level. Right?
Whoa.
And
Our cousins? You better buy me a house in Nigeria. I'm gonna come up to you with a different accent, like, "Hey, mate, is that my cousin?" Like,
I don't know this man.
Yeah, you know me. You know, I know your
I'm not
mother.
from Australia. Please, I don't have any family from Australia. Please, I don't know what you're talking about. Please,
I'll bring up so many old pictures. I got pictures of you before the dreads, bro. I will bring up the clubbing pictures.
Oh, snap. No, but let's just say I'm on Messi level, right? All right. And let's say I did some heinous stuff. I'm not going to say what. Let's just say I did some heinous stuff.
Is it illegal or immoral?
Illegal.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
After I get caught, right?
Yeah.
And I've won all the things I need to win.
Mm-hmm.
You can never, even though I've done all those things, you can't take what I've accomplished in that sports realm. You can never take it away. You can never take it away. You can't say because I did these illegal things, oh, well, we're going to take away all your trophies.
What happened to Lance Armstrong?
Well, that was because what he did was connected to his sport.
He was doing something illegal.
No, it wasn't.
He was
just
taking steroids.
Exactly.
That's illegal.
I'm not taking steroids.
You said he did something illegal.
I'm talking illegal. I'm talking about like not sports illegal. I'm talking about like
what he did was not sports illegal. What he did was perform his. It's a enhancement performance.
Right, but
to
it's
make
illegal.
him perform better.
But it's illegal.
Let's say he shot himself up while he was on the bike. That's different.
No, he
shot himself up.
It's like a boxer getting steroid. You can't juice you're not supposed to. I'm not going to say you can't, but you're not supposed to.
Because we go back to wrestling. The Rock looked like a fucking martyr bus, and you tell me he ain't got no steroids in him? Oh, Nick, no. The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and all of them are dropping, Ultimate Warrior. You remember back then we used to watch these wrestling, and they were so. Go ahead.
But the thing is, I'm going to say is, even though, like, unless I did something, okay, I'm just going to give an example. Yeah. Let's say I did the same thing R. Kelly did. Whoa. God forbid.
Whoa.
God forbid.
We won't be cousins anymore.
Hypothetically.
I'm going to court.
Hypothetically, I did what R. Kelly did.
Your Honor, I don't want to be his cousin anymore.
It's too late. It's too late.
After 30 years, you cannot do anything.
Excuse me, Your Honor, he was there. He was right there. He was patting me on the back like, well done, my guy. Well done.
You took this conversation very illegal, son. First of all, I would never be there allowing you to do any of that shit.
Okay.
Let's get back to the topic.
All right, let's get back to it. All right, I'm sorry.
Bruh.
But let's just say
I'll probably shoot your kneecaps out. I walk in and it's a girl and you recording and I see a stream. I'm like, what the fuck?
Which I would never do.
But yeah, he would never do that.
But let's just say hypothetically.
All right.
Yeah, I do it.
All right.
By the time even though I'm guilty and everything, they will never take my trophies away that I've won.
They have the right to, though.
No, they don't.
They have the right to.
What they're going to say? Oh, we took it away from him because of his illegal allegations. Because if that's the case,
if it's in the clause, then they will. That's why they stripped Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong had about 16.
But the difference is what Lance Armstrong did was connected to the sport that he was doing. You're not supposed to take performance enhancing.
So you don't agree that your image is connected to the sports that you're doing? So if you let's just say you did what R. Kelly did. And R. Kelly has multiple allegations. Those allegations is going to equal that you said after you retire, you're still playing. Because R. Kelly never retired. He was still making music. So if you're still playing, then you're fired from the team.
Yeah, I'm fired, but all the stuff that I've won is still there.
Like the rings.
The rings, the stats, all of that is still there.
If we're talking basketball, yes. If we're talking boxing, no.
No.
They'll strip you. They will strip you from all your titles. Yes, and I do believe music too. You can still the Grammy.
I love this man. I love this man
Mike
so
Tyson?
much. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and same thing with Muhammad Ali for different reasons. Ali didn't want to go to war. They stripped him.
They stripped him.
Yeah.
But he was still.
What he was doing was considered illegal in their eyes, right?
Yeah, but they stripped him from. They stripped him of the title.
Yeah.
But he was still. No, he was still recorded as a champion.
Not for those years that they stripped him. They gave the belt to somebody else. You're not a champion once they've taken the belt away from you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're a champion today, and the boxing federation says we take your belt away, you're no longer a champion. You won that last match to become a champion, but now,
they will still say like you were a champion,
former champion,
right?
But you're not the current.
You're not going to be. You're never going to be the current champion.
Let me give you a perfect.
You're not going to be the current champion.
You're getting lit up right now.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Can we?
Let's read the
before
comments.
You start.
Go ahead.
It says it depends on how much influence you have and how they still use you. R. Kelly's stock in the game went way down.
Yeah, it did. It went down because of several reasons. The first one is that his music wasn't really the same anymore. Y'all remember the Trap in the Closet bullshit where he went through like part 1 to part 9 where people
just got tired of that.
They did. And he's not, there's one thing nobody can ever take away from Robert Kelly, and that he's a genius when it comes down to
music. No, don't say Robert Kelly. Say R.
Kelly. I'm sorry.
Those are two different people.
Well, I wanted to give his legal name, so if anybody comes back to me and say, you meant Robert Kelly, not R. Kelly. Okay, Robert Kelly / R. Kelly. He is an absolute monster when it comes to writing.
Yes, he wrote. He wrote songs for Michael Jackson.
He sure did. Now, with that being said, I do believe deep down in my heart that some of our most prominent geniuses face the most horrific demons in them that they have to fight. It's almost like they have to tap into that demon to become a genius. And those that are able to fight off that demon and stick to the stick on course, those are the true ones that are passing the test of life. I do believe that R. Kelly tried to fight it for some time, and then the fame became.
You think he tried to fight it?
Yeah, I do. I think every human being, before they actually do something, they know it's immoral and they gamble with it.
But there's a difference between knowing it's immoral and
fighting
not to and resisting.
I'll give you a perfect example right now. If this lady was to walk out right now and she accidentally dropped 100 stacks on the floor right now, you and I will talk about what we're going to do with that money. We would not immediately call her name and say, "Hey, you dropped something." Maybe we will.
No,
maybe we will. Yeah, you would. You would, and I would too. But let's just say where she left, she was already gone, and the money was sitting there. You and I would have a conversation about that money.
About splitting it, because we didn't know who it belonged to.
We knew she dropped it.
Oh, we knew that she dropped it.
But she's gone.
No, if we knew that she dropped it, and I still see her.
I'm not saying we're going to take the money. I said we're going to have a conversation about the money. Like I said, everybody before they do something wrong, they talk to. You have that intuition where you gamble with. It's that devil and the angel on you, right?
Right.
R. Kelly is not. He's not dumb. He's not stupid.
No,
he's not.
R. Kelly's not.
He's not mentally challenged, right?
But he's not that bright,
bro. When I say he's not mentally challenged, I mean that. Yes, the documentary shows that he couldn't read or write. The documentary says he could read music, right? I can tell you other people that couldn't read or write, but they were still considered smart. That does not mean you're dumb.
No, I didn't say he was dumb. I say he was not.
He wasn't educationally intelligent.
Because not only that, but that's one of the reasons why he doesn't have money. They hit the people so-called around him, duped him out of his money.
Yes. Well, that I believe that was poor management on his part, and that doesn't come down to education.
No, I'm not talking about it. I'm just talking about like
his mental state. Okay.
Period.
So R. Kelly sees a girl, and you and I are over the age of 30. We can walk down to an elementary school and say, these are some young girls. We can go to high school and say, these are some young girls. We can go to college now at our age and say, these are some young women.
Yeah, if you're not,
and I know
20, if you're not even 25,
you're not getting entertained.
No.
So we both can see when a woman looks older or younger.
Right.
Or she's developing to be an older woman, or she's stuck as a young woman until, the next 10 years. R. Kelly was able to, because the documentary, if you've watched it, what's the name of that documentary? It was on Lifetime, Surviving R. Kelly. And women were saying, there was one I remember particularly paying attention to, and this girl said she was at the mall. She was Hispanic, and she said R. Kelly had seen her, and R. Kelly turned around, and R. Kelly had given her his number. She said R. Kelly knew she was younger, but just by looking at her, and she had in the documentary, they would bring up old pictures of them. They'll show them now, giving the interview, and they'll show them back then, and she looked. When I see a girl that doesn't have any like curves,
Nah, don't go by that.
no. Listen to me. Listen to me.
You might run across the wrong one.
You might. You see how you said you might, but the probability of you seeing a woman with a curve, you know that she's a grown woman, or she's growing to be a grown woman, and then she turns around and have conversations
That's
with
what
her.
I'm telling you, these girls built different.
Okay, you're right. Now, no.
Because you
But
can
I just feel like, okay, those women are also developing to become women. Back then, and also another thing is we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Back
right now.
then, when R. Kelly was going after these women, they were all the same size. Back then, we weren't eating what we're eating right now. Women were just, they were thin, athletically built.
Somebody in high school.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why if you go back and look at, if you look at some old movies of them showing people in high school, they was fucking old as hell.
Yeah,
Like their hairline was already receding, and they had
they
the
already got
nerve to
his
say that
5 o'clock
Exactly.
shadow.
Talking about they 17 years old. Hey, coach, you gonna put me in? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude
No.
built like a bodybuilder,
Exactly.
but he's 16.
So R. Kelly saw these women, and it was his first. Whoever gave him his first taste of that
Sample.
drug sample.
Yeah,
Thank you. Was the person that set him off to keep on going. And as he became more famous, he never, because like I'm telling you, at that time when R. Kelly was making all that money, if that girl, let's just say the girl didn't agree to the situation, right? And the girl went to her parents and said, I was just essayed by R. Kelly. Don't you know that girl's parents are going to start filing legal they're going to get a lawyer and try to go the legal way, right?
Uh-huh.
Before it even gets to the court, R. Kelly's lawyer has already heard that he's being sued. So because R. Kelly's making so much money, the lawyer just contacts that family that's not already, that family they don't have much. And he says, we'll give you $60,000. Sign this and never bring it back up again. And they said yes. So who is at fault for letting that man, I don't want to call him a monster, for letting R. Kelly become the man that he is right now? He didn't just do that for one person. He did that for multiple
I'm not going to say
women
that,
and
but
parents.
I'm not going to.
If you had a daughter and your daughter
not gonna
came back home
exclude
to
him,
you
though.
and said that R. Kelly did this, I don't even want to get explicit because that's going to be my niece or is it my niece or my second cousin, whatever the case may be. If that's my blood too, and you tell me that R. Kelly did this, that, what are we going to do?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to just keep. I'm not just going to exalt. I'm not just going to like exclude blame from R. Kelly. It's the parents' fault and it's R. Kelly's fault.
Mhm.
It's not. I'm not going
But
to say.
I'm giving you an exact scenario where I want you to paint me a picture of you coming to my house. You say I need to talk to you, and I say what happened, and you say your daughter's.
I
I'm
would
just
have
gonna call her Jane.
I would have
Doe.
went straight to him.
No, he's a celebrity, so he's gone. So you can't really get to him. Let's be realistic.
Okay,
right now.
then we
She's
go to
already
court. We go
That's
to,
why
we go to
exactly,
court.
exactly. But you're
The
gonna
police.
talk to somebody
Yeah.
about it, right? And
We go to police court.
there we
whatever,
go. And you're not going to settle for 500,000,
No.
1 million,
No.
2 million,
No.
5 million.
No, nigga,
10
you just
Look at me.
whatever you did, and now you got to pay for it.
Exactly. And you're telling me that money is not going to buy the punishment that he deserves.
No, not my
You just cracked the nutshell.
Not
And
my
that's
daughter.
how he became the man that he is right now. He was able to continue to do this, continue to pay people off. I'm going to tie this into something that's going to be a little bit controversial. It's the same thing with Black Lives Matter to me, a little bit. And I don't mean no disrespect with this right here, but there have been multiple Black lives that have been lost.
Wait,
right?
but before you go into
Uh-huh.
that, I wanted to say something about the R. Kelly stuff
Yes, sir.
because he's wrong for what he did.
Mhm.
Yes, but like I said, I won't just exclude blame from him because he's an adult. He should be able to have self-control. If you know you have a weakness for underage children,
Mhm.
you shouldn't be outside McDonald's trying to pick up little kids.
Well, that's
outside school zones.
But that's the reason why he's going there, right? I believe that this
But
would
you
have
fight
solved
it.
everything.
Fight it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. this would have corrected everything.
Fight it.
You and I are on the same team, and you and I, like, I'm R. Kelly's manager and you're R. Kelly's accountant. Let's just say, like, hypothetically, during his fame, right? And you hear word that he had sex or he essayed a 14-year-old.
Gotta quit.
I'm not quitting immediately. I'm talking to him. Brother, you need help. Let's get you to therapy, right? Before they get you in prison.
No, he go to prison.
No, like I'm saying, this first situation is his first one. That girl didn't go to the lawyers. Let's just say he paid it off. I'm telling him right there and then, you have a problem. Whoever told you that this was okay is wrong. Why do I need to quit and walk away from him knowing that that's not going to fix anything?
But
why don't you want to fix a brother and just let him? Do you want to leave him damaged? That's my question to you. Like, I believe that was what was wrong in our society as a general. That's why I was going to get tied down to the whole Black Lives Matter. But
okay, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Let's say you weren't his manager or whatever, and it was your daughter. Would you want to forget? Would you want to say, you know what? Nah, let's just chill and let's talk. Not about
chill.
It.
I didn't say let's chill.
Okay, let's talk about it and get you help. Is
that what you're gonna say? I'm gonna be very honest with you. My emotions are not gonna be the same if I'm his manager versus I'm the parent of somebody that did that too. But you're bringing in a scenario that's not going to fix R. Kelly's problem. Well, either war would, because if I was a father, I'm taking him to court because I don't have a relationship to talk to him. What relationship did I have to talk to him? But the relationship is what established me saying that you need help.
But even if you're his manager and he did something like that, like there's some things that somebody could do that, you know what, I'll sit down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna let it slide, but we need to get you some help.
Yes.
If you're a crackhead, yeah.
What about a weed head?
If you're a weed head, even better.
We need to talk about this weed head.
We can talk about it, like, and get you help. If you essayed by somebody's daughter, nah, you surpassed. Need help. You know what you said? Help.
You know what you said earlier?
Help, but nah,
you know both of y'all agreed on earlier. Didn't y'all both say that these girls right now, they can look curvy and they still young? What if that was R. Kelly's mistake? He thought she was older, and like I told you, and I want to remind you again. No, listen to my scenario because I listened to yours and I agreed. Okay. R. Kelly messed with a girl he thought was maybe 19, and that's not illegal, but she ended up being 16. And I told you that was his first time doing it. And I heard from all the other people that worked on the tour bus that they believe that girl was underage. And I went up to R. Kelly and I said, R. Kelly, that girl was underage, yes or no? If he tries to act like he didn't know she was underage, right? That's a different scenario. But if he says, yeah, I knew she was underage, then we're gonna have to have that talk. I'm not just gonna immediately quit on you. You just told me earlier that he's not really educated. So why would I want to leave that man in the dirt? You know, the funny thing is, and I don't like to bring up the other races, but they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't just turn their backs on it. Donald Trump is we know what they say about him. His base is stronger than any base you can find in our community.
But Donald Trump ain't.
Here we go.
Donald Trump ain't going after girls.
Didn't Donald Trump essay? He essayed women.
You're right. Well,
and they went to court with it. So you don't say I don't because it's legal. They went to court.
Okay.
And he was found innocent.
So that means he did it.
No, yeah. If he went to court, innocent, they found him innocent. But do you know they do tell you that just because they found you innocent doesn't mean you're not guilty.
Yeah, but we could only go by what we could only go by the.
There we go.
But we could only go by what the facts are.
Do it. Did OJ do it? We don't want to get canceled immediately. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Let's read some comments.
Okay, yeah, let's read some comments. Hold on. So Tolu said it doesn't take away your talent, but it definitely puts a stain on your legacy.
Yes, it does.
I do agree with that.
I do believe as talented as Michael Jackson is, he's always going to have that monkey on his back that he was, and he's never been found guilty. You see, Michael Jackson's scenario to me is that he was a child in a grown man's body. From the moment he was little, he never had a childhood. There we go. And in his mind, having kids sleep in a bed with him was not really considered anything wrong or immoral. Yeah. But in our society, as we see things, it is, right? So we immediately, we begin to bring out this paper and this pencil and we start to draw Michael Jackson as we want him to look like. him being a
Black?
No, well, we wish he died when he was black, but he wanted to become. We're not going to get into Michael Jackson's internal issues he was facing, and he likes to blame it on his vitiligo that he had. Is that what it's called? Where your skin kind of yeah, there we go. Because that Kyle Kuzma's girlfriend, she has the same. She's a model, but Winnie, yes, her. Now, Michael Jackson was accused. All these kids came forward, even after they were grown, and said he didn't do anything.
Right.
But it's like the media doesn't want to let it go. And you know who released the biggest blockbuster documentary about Michael Jackson?
Oprah.
There we go. Our own people.
Yeah.
Go watch it on HBO. I refuse to watch that documentary. I will never watch that It's called something Neverland.
Yeah.
Surviving Neverland. No, not Surviving.
No, that's right. But it's something
Neverland.
Yeah.
Look on HBO and you'll find it. Yeah, Oprah. Oprah. Yes, she's a plant. Yes. And
Monique tried to tell everybody, but
this is the thing that kills me with us. This is the thing that kills. And I gave you the Kyrie Irving as a perfect example. Like, what has Kyrie Irving actually done that had us turn our backs against him?
No, I didn't. I never really turned my back against.
No. When I say us, I don't mean you.
The only issue
us
I
black
had.
People.
No, the only issue I had with Kyrie was that these people are paying you, and you keep going in and out, taking basically taking these people money, and you're not working.
Okay,
that's the only issue I had.
Okay,
his stance on whatever he thought, because I believe everybody should be able to express themselves however they want to express themselves, as long as it's not bringing harm to anybody. I think they should be able to speak their mind. There's nothing wrong with having different mindset, opinions.
Because it's almost like a police officer, right? If a police officer is in their uniform, they command the respect legally. But the moment they take off their uniform, they are regular civilians. You can whoop their ass.
That's assault.
No.
You can't just whoop somebody's ass. That's assault.
No. Yeah, it is assault, but I thought you were saying assault on the police officer. If that police officer, I know where that motherfucker lives. As soon as he pop out his apartment trying to walk his dog, I'm clocking that motherfucker.
So we assaulting niggas.
Why he give me a super speeding ticket?
So why would you beat him up while he has his suit on?
Because I don't want to. That's a federal offense.
Yeah, but
not take it off.
But
my charge is a lot lower, right?
No, but the difference is
if I go wrong.
The difference is Mr. Keith.
Yeah.
He was in uniform when he gave you that ticket.
Yeah.
You can't beat his ass when he's not in uniform.
My emotions hadn't calmed down yet.
No, but Keith.
Road rage.
But regular Keith didn't give you the ticket. Regular Keith didn't give you the ticket. Officer Keith gave you the ticket.
And guess what? I was looking for Officer Keith and he was walking his dog as regular Keith. So I had to whoop his ass the same way. No, but seriously. I believe that if LeBron had said what Kyrie said, LeBron would have survived the storm.
He would have been okay. He would have looked over
about to say that he would have not had a little stains here. Yeah, exactly.
About for a week, and then after a week, they would have forgot all about it.
But the media has allowed black people to turn against one of our own. And I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't even think that's the media's fault. I think it
is the media.
I think we can only hear about these stories from the media. But we turn our back. We do that even without the media.
You're right. But the media is what kind of develops your attitude towards different things. Like if the media constantly tells you right now that every man you see with gold teeth and dreads is from Florida and they're gangsters, right? And I believe this is why a lot of Caucasian people are scared of black people, is because what they see on TV. I also believe that every police officer should go through extensive training on how racial, because we're black, right? But inside that black, there's so many branches. But inside the white, there's only one typical branch because there's no culture. In the black, there's African, there's Islanders, there are people from.
No, if you do that with the white people, they got Irish, English.
What is an English culture?
I don't know. I don't live in England.
What's an Irish culture?
They drink.
What's the Jamaican culture? Rastaman
or carnival
or their reggae music, right?
Yeah.
Spanish. We can go through their culture also. Yeah. They have their quinceañera that they have. The Jewish people have. But when it comes down to actual white people, you say
so you got to say you have to say white Americans, maybe white because
Black Americans can have Jamaican Americans in there. can have African Americans in there, can have island Americans in there. Those are branches.
But
You're
white people
saying
have the same thing. They got Irish American. They got British American. They got German American.
those people that you consider German Americans once and they're born here. Okay, like you and I, we were born here, right? We know our culture and we know back home and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the same for people that their parents were born in Germany and they had them here. They develop a whole American culture. They don't develop a German culture. We have an American and we have an African culture.
Well, I don't know because I don't know what they do.
I know some Irish people. I have some Irish friends.
because all
I've
these
known German
because
people.
but when we perfect example when you even though it might just be movies, but when you look at movies and you see all these Italian people.
Italians have culture, but they're not white.
They are white.
No, they're not.
What are they?
You consider Italians white? What are people from Argentina then?
They're from Europe.
Yes, they are. So are people from Spain.
They're white.
Spanish people are white.
People from Spain are white.
They are Spanish.
But they're white.
They are you might say they're pale in complexion, but they are Spanish, bro. I don't know what you're trying to say. Guess what? This time I'm going to break it down. You know, people from Sudan, aren't they like super black? Right? Are you as black as people from Sudan?
But they call them brown.
They call who brown?
People from Middle East. They call them.
No, Sudan is not. I'm not talking about like
the Middle Eastern.
Sudan. I'm talking about people from like. I'm not talking.
Oh,
about,
you mean African Sudan?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm thinking about. I don't know why I'm thinking about Saudi Arabia.
No.
I was thinking about Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry.
It's no different than people from like Dominican Republic. No, people from like certain part of Mexico and people from like certain part of Puerto Rico. Like Puerto Rico is even though it's considered
they're
American.
Hispanic.
But they're considered it's an American territory.
Yeah, but they're Hispanic.
But you see their complexion. You know
Mexicans,
why
Mexicans.
You know
are
why?
not Spanish. They're Hispanic.
You know. Okay, so I'm gonna have to break it all the way down this way so you understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
The reason why the Spaniards are that color is because the sun does not shine on that part of Europe. So the Italians, the Spaniards, the people from Amsterdam, the people from France, the people from England, they're all going to have the same complexion because the sun doesn't shine there. Go to Peru, go to Brazil, go to Portugal, go to Colombia, they're all darker because that's where the sun is shining on them, right?
Okay.
That's just easy math. That's why you're saying they're white. And I'm saying that they're white because of that reason. They're in Europe, but they're Spanish. Italians,
Spanish people are Spanish. Yes,
they're Latinos.
No,
they
Spanish
speak
people
Spanish.
are not Latinos. Spanish. They will. I'm telling you, people from Spain will not say that they're Latino.
Is Pacquiao Asian?
Yes.
Why is he so much darker than Jackie Chan?
They live in Asia. That's why they're Asian.
So that same rule that we just said right there. You said that the
Mexicans.
Mexicans are no. Those are not. They're not in Europe.
They're Latino. They're Hispanic. Spanish people from Spain are not Latino.
They're not Spanish.
They're Spanish.
What is Spanish?
Spanish are people from Spain. Hispanics are Mexicans.
Spanish is a language.
But they call them
Spaniards.
Okay, Spaniards. Okay. They're Spaniards.
Spaniards are not Latinos?
No. People from Spain are not Latino. They might speak Spanish, yeah. But they're not Latino.
They're considered, but they're not considered Hispanic. They're considered Latino.
That's what I said.
No, you just reversed that.
I said they're not. I said Spanish people.
What are Spaniards? You said they're Spanish.
Are people from Spain? Those are
they're
Spaniards.
Latinos.
Are people? They're not Latinos.
Will be considered Latinos.
What? From Brazil. That says from Brazil. From Brazil. Hispanics are people from Spain or from Spanish-speaking countries, Latin America, But what are Spaniards called?
We're gonna have to get somebody to do the research and put it in the.
You see, Tolu said they're Spaniards because they speak Spanish, but this. No, I'm talking about people from Spain. Yes, but
so people from Mexico. What do people from Mexico speak?
They speak Spanish, but they're Latino. They're Hispanic.
They're in a different part of the world. That's all. That's the only difference.
They call them Hispanics.
Who?
Wait, people from Mexico, they call them Hispanics. They don't call them Spaniards.
No, they don't, because
Yeah.
they're not from Spain.
That's the point I'm trying to make. People from different regions.
Let's go ahead and move on from this
People
topic,
from
because
different regions are
I feel
different.
like we're going in circles right now.
Bro,
So I had this podcast that I sent to my cousin a couple of days ago, right? And it was pretty much, the topic was, would you date somebody that your homeboy has talked to? It doesn't matter what, like it could be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. 8 months is kind of like you pushing it, like the whole friendship vibe thing. But let's just say you and I, right? We've known each other for like forever, right? But when you was about 21, you was dating this girl, y'all broke up. And then I so happened to move to New York and I see the girl there and we become friends, and then friends become something different. How would you feel if, you know, one day we linked up and you kind of like looked at my phone and you saw it was our picture just kissing or holding hands, or at the, you know how people put the
I'll be disgusted
in the relationship or with me?
with you.
Damn it.
I'll
Thought
be
I could get away with
disgusted.
it.
would
I
be
thought you were not going to mind.
disgusted.
Okay, so you're saying that it doesn't matter the time, the date. You should always
Nah.
keep your homeboys, exes, even if you talk to the person, off limits.
Yeah, I could never, ever date anybody that and I'm not talking about somebody that I just say, hey, what's up? How you doing? And go about my day. I'm talking about, because if we're friends, homeboys, whatever, then I consider you like family. So I would never, ever think about myself dating somebody that my partner dated.
Would you smash?
No,
Brother, would you smash?
no.
Somebody that your homeboy used to talk to. Not date, but you know, you are.
And they just smashed. Well, as long as I know that they didn't smash. Like if I find out afterwards, I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I hit. But like knowingly, like I knowingly knew that they had something. No, I can't do it.
Does that blockage potentially stop something that could be a blockbuster like love story?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You don't think that just because me and Keisha didn't work out, that you and Keisha won't have like the happiest life ever?
Why didn't you and Keisha work out?
We're two different people, you and I are. So
No, I said, why did you and Keisha not work
that's
out?
what I'm trying to break it down to.
Okay.
My personality, your personality is different.
What was the reason y'all not together? That's what I mean.
Okay.
What's the reason? Why is
We
the
got
reason-
together, and then like month 2, we just wasn't vibing like we was month 1.
And so
The
y'all
whole
just
the honeymoon kind of just like
y'all
vibed
just-
down.
And I knew that y'all were dating.
You knew we were talking, but you never got the confirmation that we dated. So then, you know, the funny thing is, Lyle, I'm be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
If you were in that web with me, I won't be disgusted with you.
Really?
I wouldn't be.
I could never.
If
That's just
if this is a key to me, if I never saw you showing any type of interest in my girl when I was talking to her, just like you've talked to girls, I've talked to girls, and we're cousins, and I've never ever seen you, because some people, you know, you got to look out for your homeboys, because they ready
Yeah.
to kind of slide in when you fuck up.
literally
Exactly.
slide in, right?
Yeah, they in the DMs like, oh, you look cute. Why you put in the comments? So I can whoop your ass and put it on live, nigga. Like, why didn't you put that in the comments? You trying to say, oh, your outfit look nice, and then you know how girls, when girls are secure in their relationship, this is what they do. Hey, babe, look at what he's showing. Look at what this man trying to send me, and it gets you wild up, right? Like, why the fuck are you in my girl's DM sending her messages, but when you see me, you dapping me up? There's some type of ulterior motive that you're
Of
not really
course.
showing me.
But the thing is that
So then I see you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, what I was going to say was that when you said, what was that part where you said if
If we were talking,
you were talking
and you didn't know we dated,
and I didn't know you dated,
yes. So then let's just say 5 years later, right? We're still very
But-
close,
but
but you know, we don't really, like, you won't tell me your love life. I won't
yeah,
tell
we
you my
don't
love
talk.
life.
If it comes up, it comes
Exactly.
up. Right.
It's almost like we pull up one day and then you with the
And
girl.
you with the girl,
and
and
we're like,
you with the girl. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
That's how men communicate. Women is different.
You
Women be like,
oh yeah, I mean, so and so, he's fine. He ticks all the boxes. Da 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 da. And then
I'll be like, Lyle, I'll be like, what you do yesterday? None,
I was
just chill.
chilling.
I'm like, what, so you just sit at the crib all day? Like, nah.
no, just had Shawty come through and we just chill.
Like, nigga, you had a girl over, nigga.
We just chill.
And then we just ended it by saying, you beat them cheeks?
Maybe.
Yeah, dude, we just end it that way. This is girls. What y'all do last night?
He came over, and I didn't even have all my hair, dude.
Uh,
And so he came, and like we were just like.
But then he started tripping because he started touching me.
Right, and then the girl texted his phone. I was
So I had
like,
to kick him out.
and I was
That's
like,
not
who
what.
the fuck is this?
Then I had to kick him out. That's not what happened. They painted a whole story where they want their friend to know what happened. Truth is, the nigga showed up in his white beater, beat it up. He asked if he could spend the night. She said, nah, I'm going to church in the morning. And kicked him out. He got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. She mad at him because, you know, he didn't really go the distance. But, you know, she's like, I'm going to call him back next time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you should be happy if you can't go the distance, though. Don't you think?
I think you should be happy if you can successfully kick anybody out your house when you're done doing what you do. You know, some people get like mad comfortable when you're done, but you are ready to be in your solitude again.
Oh yeah.
You're like, damn, how am I going to get this girl? You know what? I think
All you
there's a
gotta
fire
do-
down the street. You got to get out right now.
I gotta be at work in like 30 minutes. They
She-
just called me.
She'd be like, okay, well, I can just stay. You see the look?
Bitch, I don't know you like that. You can't just stay in my
She'd be like,
house.
it's cool. It's cool. I lock up. I put the keys under the mat. We're not married. We're not even in a relationship. I met you yesterday. What's your Instagram? I don't have your number.
What's your last name?
So yeah, I think that in a situation that I talked to a girl, you didn't know we dated, but we tried to date for like a week or two. It didn't really work out. Maybe I was a little bit more infatuated with the idea of us being together. Maybe she was infatuated and rushed things, but when we got together, it didn't really work out. That's a long story. The short story is that you pop up in New York, starting a new life, you get a new contract to be this dope producer, right? And then you go out one night. Your whole team is having like a social night. You go out and then you see a girl, and the girl looks familiar, but it's been 5 years, right? So then you start talking to her. You saw her on my Instagram, whatever the case may be, but I never introduced her to you. And then y'all start dating. And then one day, y'all come to Atlanta.
And then I found out y'all dated.
And then I see her and I'm like, bro, I need to talk to you. Pronto. You trying to tell me you know we dated? And you be like, what? That reaction I get from your face is gonna tell me everything. Like,
Yeah.
You're genuinely surprised.
Yeah, because
But
if
she knew.
then I can't trust.
So
I can't
you're
trust
gonna
her.
cut off the relationship?
Because I can't
Y'all
trust
been
her.
together for 2 years. You gonna cut it off? Come on.
Okay, maybe not.
Certain things
Maybe not.
certain things we do in life
To
is
be
just
honest,
to protect. It's just to protect the happiness that we're experiencing right now. Like if you're in
But
ecstasy,
you should be.
why would you want to dilute that with
but that-
something?
But the
You-
difference is,
Mhm.
I'll say this though. The difference is you should allow people to make that choice if they want to. Like you shouldn't.
Is she
Basically,
new?
you should. Basically, you should not. You should you should lay all your cards down and let the person say, "Do I want to deal with this or do I not want to deal with this?"
So you're almost saying
And I mean
that.
that in any aspect.
Okay, so you're almost saying that you and the girl should both sit down and start showing pictures of everybody you dated.
No, I'm just saying that if she knew me, if she knew that we were close
Mhm.
and she knew that y'all were in a relationship
We talked.
or y'all
We tried to date.
well, if y'all talked,
We tried
that's
to date,
different.
yeah.
Okay, if y'all just
No,
talked,
not we didn't date. Like we were just talking.
oh, okay.
We messed around, but we talked.
See,
I have to keep it real with you. We can't go around thinking that every woman that you're gonna get with is a virgin.
no, that's not the point.
Exactly.
I just don't want to be hitting the same girls my friends have hit. Some guys are cool with that. I'm not. I don't like hitting the same girls my friends have hit.
All right, but you smoked the blunt that you're or the hookah that your homeboy smoked, right?
That's different.
Ah, okay.
That's
Oh yeah,
different.
because you changed the
Because we
mouthpiece.
changed the mouthpiece.
There we go. That's a very important part right there. So I feel that if the girl had come up to both of us, or me first, obviously, because we were the ones that talked, and she says that she started talking to Lio and she's really feeling Lio, and do I have a problem with it? I'm going to say, no, I don't have a problem with it, but have you told him that we talked? And she says, yes. And then I see you and I don't act surprised, but then when I greet her, you like, how y'all know each other? And then you're surprised.
That means she lied to me.
Now, let's just say she laid out all the cards. Like,
And
you need,
y'all were just talking, right?
yeah, but we messed around. That's a very important. That's a very
That's
important
the hard
part.
bro. That's the hard because I wouldn't.
But you're really feeling this girl. Like you guys from day
I
one.
may give her a chance.
That's all I'm saying.
I
Like
may
I
give
don't
her a
understand how people
If
just
I really like her.
people just shut down the idea that just because one person has been intimate with this person, nobody has a reset button. Nobody can go to a doctor and say, "Get me back to factory settings." That's what you do to your phone when you're about to sell it, right? You put it on your restore to factory settings. But when it comes down to like relationships, everything is about how you mesh and how you connect and how you gel. If you gel with somebody and somebody else has been with that person, if you're a secure person, then it depends on the relationship though. Like, because you and I, it will never happen.
Yeah, I just can't.
Never
do it.
happen.
I just can't do. I can't. I
But if it's-
even have problems. I even have problems if I'm talking to a girl and it doesn't work out and try to talk to her friend. I even have a problem with that because I always think about. I guess that's me. I always think about how other people are going to feel in the situation.
Now there should be a difference between you wanting to talk. Like, say, I'm dating a girl. I'm talking to a girl, not dating her. We were in no relationship. I'm just talking to her, and then we messed around. That didn't work out, and then her friend starts to feel on me. You're saying that that's wrong? Like for us to actually see if we can go somewhere with this, that's wrong? Or you're trying to say that?
Well, because I'm saying like
We're shutting down.
I wouldn't pursue if I
No, I specifically said she was feeling on you.
She was feeling on me.
Yeah.
Then she might get.
Oh God, you're a dirty motherfucker.
No, I'm not dirty. I just don't pass up opportunities.
There we go. Because opportunity don't come but once, right?
How many times?
Next time she's like, oh,
Right.
Because girls' emotions is like a
It's
yo-yo,
like,
son.
bro.
Yo, they see you and I'm like, oh, you
They
smell
love you
so
up,
good.
bro.
You
They
look
love
so
you
nice.
up in it.
Your hair is nice, and they see you like literally like 2 seconds later, like, ugh, like why your face like that? Like, this is the same face I had.
They'll love you 1 minute
And hate you,
and hate you the
one.
next. They will
Seriously.
hate you the next. So that's why you see, and so, but me, I don't know. It's just something about me knowing you have tried to talk or whatever with somebody, and then me coming after and be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to, see how that go.
Yeah, I think when we divide it, men are dogs. We'll try to get as many bones as we can, and women are selective. Before you come into
way more selective.
before you come into their paradise, you have to check all boxes. Or if they're drunk and they invite you over, then that's a different story, because
And alcohol.
That exactly. Alcohol is a hell of a
drug.
I fully think that minus in the alcohol, if the girl is feeling you, then you're in the go. But I don't think that girls operate the same way,
As men do. No,
not even remotely close.
No.
But I think that
women, because before a woman will give themselves to you, like you have to do something to make them like you. They have to either think you're cute. You either have to make them laugh. You have to do something to make them attracted to you.
But there's one universe.
They ain't even got to be attracted to you. You just got to have a hole.
There's one universal language that all women will flock
And I'm
to.
not saying that women are just hoes. Before y'all take that and run with it.
Thank
no,
God
y'all are more than
Thank God I
just
didn't
hoes.
co-sign on that.
You guys are more than
see
that.
what she looking at you?
Yeah, you guys are more than that.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get shot tonight.
No, I'm just saying that. No, but
My
I literally
condolences.
mean, but I don't mean because have you ever watched 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yes.
The reason I say that, the only thing you have to be is a whole, because
The only thing you have to be is a woman, not a hoe.
no, because I've seen on 1,000 Ways to Die, there was a man who died because he was having sex with a heart.
With a what?
A heart. He put
What the fuck?
he got a battery, he got jumper cables, he connected it to the heart so the heart would be, pumping, and he had sex with the heart, and then he electrocuted himself and died.
That he has mental problems. You took this whole.
No, I'm just making a point of there are certain there
What men will do.
there are men out there that you just have to have a hole. You like, for example, dudes that have sex with animals.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're also kind of putting in people's fetishes what people will do. Men have class too.
No, I'm not saying men don't have class.
Some men won't just go around just having sex with just
Of
anybody
course.
or anything.
Of course.
Right? Now, women have a universal language that can have you going into their paradise at any moment. You have the fame and you have the money.
Or there's some other way.
If you have the fame and you have the money.
That's the easy way.
That's what I'm saying. That's the universal way. Every other way that you're saying is it requires work.
Work, yeah. You got to build a personality.
Exactly. If you're funny, you got to keep making her laugh. Right?
What's that stop?
If you're a handyman, you got to keep fixing that motherfucking house. So I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to take the panties down. Let's call it for what it is. I don't think any man is going into any type of situation not expecting the bone at the end. You know, we need that reward.
Men don't do anything.
We need that reward at the end of the day.
Look, if a man is
I'm
doing
out there
something,
just fixing your car, and I'm telling you, you could just pay me $60.
Not even that.
$60.
I'm taking you. I keep taking you to these. These high ass
hell yeah
restaurants.
God damn! I flew you to Jamaica, Puerto Rico, New York, and
all I got is a kiss on the cheek.
I just want to take it slow.
So
it's been 3 years.
Nah. We weren't taking it slow when you were spending all that cash.
And why you always changing in the bathroom? Talking about I don't feel comfortable.
But she be in the phone. But she be on the phone with her friend. Be like,
no, but she be
really
like,
I'm about to fuck him. Nigga.
She be like, can you get me this? Can you get me that?
and minus the underwear.
Yeah,
minus the underwear.
Yeah. I don't understand this game at all because women know.
They know what we want. And what pisses me off though is that they try to act oblivious. And women are smarter than what they try to play.
This is a line that gets me every time.
What?
So you trying to say I got to do this?
Bruh.
Nobody said you have to do anything.
No, this is the worst one. I saw a comedian. This is the worst one. I saw a comedian. He did a skit. He said, he was like,
we still live?
Oh, you know what?
Because the hour. Oh, we was on a run too.
Yes, y'all.
Damn.
I need you.
Okay, it's back on. What happened was it was here.
Okay.
So we
All in the batteries.
Damn. How much? Do you like another 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We can close it out. So let's close it out in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's aim for a 9.
I think I just need to refresh it on mine.
Yeah.
Okay, we back.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. We apologize for that
difficulties,
situation.
y'all.
Nobody went to no girl and say take anything off. He was definitely having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But seriously, every woman knows when they get approached if it's a man that wants a quick vacation. I'm not going to be literal with these terms because I think my mother's watching. She went to church today, and your mother's probably watching too. And we don't want both of them getting together and talking about us. Right. So
is this how we raised you?
You need to go to church tomorrow, Ma. It's Monday. I need to go to work, or I'm gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna have to live with you. So you actually,
it went out again.
I'm gonna end it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, my battery
died.
What I need to do?
You have another battery?
Nah, but what I need to do
and buy another battery. How much is a battery?
Or buy one, or buy something that like what you call it?
Did you charging it?
Like
Why you doing it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't have a charger.
Nah, I don't. It even because this thing didn't even come. So everything with this camera, you have to buy separately.
Let's Google how much the battery is, and let's.
This about good. It's like maybe like $70-$80.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, I thought it was just like on a time limit since y'all showed us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It's just because of the battery.
The battery, yeah, the battery's there. So
damn, that was.
I'll just go. Yeah. Appreciate it.